You are the last person on Earth with money. Nobody else in this world has money anymore. It happened quietly, not with explosions, not with wars, not with anything dramatic enough to make sense of it afterward. One morning, the world woke up and the money was simply gone. Bank accounts empty, stock markets frozen, digital wallets wiped. Every currency on Earth reduced to nothing overnight. No explanation, no warning, no one ever figured out exactly how or why. 7 billion people woke up with nothing, except you. You do not fully understand why you were spared. Your accounts are intact, your investments untouched, your properties still yours. Every dollar you ever accumulated sitting exactly where you left it, while the rest of the world lost everything simultaneously in a single night that nobody can explain and everyone is still trying to. The number in your account is $2.4 billion, and you are the only person on Earth who has it. The first week is chaos. You watch from a distance. You live in a gated property outside the city. You have enough food stored to last months. You have security. You have everything you need. You watch the news from your living room as the world outside begins to fracture. Stores emptied in hours. Governments making announcements that explain nothing. Economists on television with expressions you have never seen on economists before. The expression of people who have run out of things to say. You turn the television off. You walk to your window and look out at your property. The garden, the cars in the driveway, the gate at the end of the road. Everything exactly as it was yesterday. The world outside that gate is unrecognizable. Inside it, nothing has changed. By the second week, something interesting starts to happen. People begin to barter. Food for labor, skills for shelter. Old systems collapsing and new ones forming in real time, with the desperate, improvised energy of people who have no other choice. It is fascinating to watch. Human beings are extraordinary when everything is stripped away. They build, they organize, they find ways to survive. But they cannot buy anything. You can. The question is, what does money mean when everyone else has none? And the answer surprises you. It means everything, more than it ever did before. Because the things that money buys do not disappear when financial systems collapse. Food still exists, fuel still exists, materials still exist. The only thing that disappeared was the ability of most people to access them. You still have that ability. In week 3, you make your first move. You contact a network of suppliers you have worked with for years, people who operated outside the traditional financial system, people who dealt in physical goods and trusted relationships built over decades. You tell them you are buying everything. Food, fuel, medicine, building materials. You are buying at prices that make their eyes widen even in a world where money has lost its meaning to everyone else, because money has not lost its meaning to you. The first convoy arrives at your property on a Thursday morning. 12 trucks. You have converted 3 of your outbuildings into storage facilities. Your team unloads everything with the focused efficiency of people who understand what is happening here. You are not hoarding, you are positioning. There's a difference, and the difference matters enormously in what comes next. By the second week, the local community, 20 miles from your property, is in serious trouble. You drive out to them, not in anything expensive, in a plain truck with 2 members of your security team. You meet with whoever has emerged as the local organizer, a former school principal named Carol, who has somehow managed to keep 800 people fed and housed through sheer force of organizational will with 0 resources. You tell her you have resources. You tell her what you need in return. Not money, nobody has money. You need labor, organization, loyalty. You need people who will work within a structure you are building. You need skills. Doctors, engineers, farmers, teachers, people whose abilities are worth more now than any salary you could have paid them 6 months ago. Carol looks at you for a long time. Then she says, yes. Over the following weeks, your property transforms. What was a private estate becomes the center of something much larger. Housing going up on the surrounding land, fields being cultivated, a medical station established in one of the outbuildings, a school in another. People arriving every day from surrounding areas who have heard that there is a place with structure and food and some version of order. You fund all of it, not charitably, strategically. Every person who arrives enters an agreement, work, contribution, participation in a system that you are designing from the ground up. In a world where money means nothing to everyone else, it turns out that the person with the resources to build something stable becomes the most important person in any radius. You are building a city. Not intentionally at first, but that is what it is becoming. 3 months after the night that wiped out the world's finances, you have 4,000 people living within the boundaries of what you are building. Farms producing, medical care functioning, children in school, security established. A genuine functioning community built from nothing in 90 days because one person had $2.4 billion when everyone else had zero. Other communities begin to reach out, not to compete, to connect, to build, to trade with the one settlement that seems to have figured something out. You meet with their representatives in a large room that used to be your dining room and is now something closer to a council chamber. You sit at the head of the table because you built the table, because you built the room, because without your resources, none of these people would be sitting anywhere near as comfortably as they are right now. You negotiate terms, trade agreements, resource sharing arrangements, mutual protection. The language of diplomacy applied to something that feels more like nation building than anything else. 6 months after the night that everything disappeared, you control the most stable and prosperous settlement within 300 miles. 10,000 people, growing every week. A functioning economy built on your foundation, with your money as the bedrock. Nobody else has money. You have $2.4 billion, and you are deploying it with the precision of someone who understands that this is not just money anymore. It's power at a scale that has never existed in quite this way before. Not corporate power, not political power. Something more fundamental than either of those things. You are the person who can build when no one else can, feed when no one else can, organize when no one else can. You walk to the edge of your property one evening and look out at what has grown up around you. The lights, the buildings, the people moving through the settlement with purpose and direction, and the particular energy of people who have found stability in an unstable world. All of it exists because of one number, $2.4 billion. In a world where money disappeared, yours did not, and you are only just beginning to understand what that means. 7 billion people lost everything in a single night. You lost nothing. And in a world where money disappeared, the person who still has it does not just survive. They build, they lead, they shape what comes next. This is not luck. This is not chance. This is what happens when one person has something that nobody else has in a world that desperately needs it. The last person on earth with money. That person is you. Nobody knows why you were spared. Nobody knows how. Nobody knows what comes next. But in a world with no answers, there is one thing that is absolutely certain. You have $2.4 billion. Everyone else has zero. And in a world that desperate, that difference is not just money anymore. It's everything.
6 months ago, you were just another billionaire in a world full of people with money. Today, you are the only one. And what started as the most terrifying morning of your life has become the most extraordinary opportunity in human history. You are not the last person on earth with money. You are the first person in a new world, and you are just getting started.